हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल। आम पूर्व वीडियो रे कोर 12 समस्त क्वेश्चन आंसर डिस्कसन कर सारी। आज देखिए कोर 13 क्वेश्चन आंसर। तो चलते स्टार्ट करिबा आज वीडियो। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची व्हाट डज एजुकेशनल प्लानिंग प्राइमरीली एम टू अचीव। ऑप्शन अछि इंक्रीज कंपटीशन अमंग स्कूल्स, achieve random development in the education sector, systematic and goal oriented development of education, privatization of education. Our answer of option number C, systematic and goal oriented development of education. Educational planning refers to a deliberate and systematic process to set objectives, develop strategies and allocate resources efficiently to achieve educational development. तापर 2 नंबर क्वेश्चन, व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग बेस्ट डिस्क्राइब्स द नेचर ऑफ एजुकेशनल प्लानिंग। ऑप्शन ए टेम्पररी एंड स्पॉन्टेनियस, रिजिड एंड अनचेंजेबल, डायनामिक एंड कंटीन्यूअस, आइसोलेटेड एंड अनकोऑर्डिनेटेड। आवर आंसर ऑफ ऑप्शन नंबर सी, डायनामिक एंड कंटीन्यूअस। एजुकेशनल प्लानिंग इज डायनामिक, adapting to changing societal needs, and it is a continuous process that evolves with time, policy change and economic conditions. तापर 3 नंबर क्वेश्चन, one of the key objectives of educational planning is to option is promote only vocational education, ensure equal access and quality education for all, limit education to elite groups, reduce public spending on education. Our answer of option number B, ensure equal access and quality education for all. A major objective of educational planning is to promote equity, quality and access, ensuring that all sections of society benefit from education. तापर 4 number question, the scope of educational planning includes all of the following aspects. Option A curriculum development, teacher recruitment and training, land acquisition for commercial buildings, infrastructure development for schools. Our answer of option number C, land acquisition for commercial buildings. The scope of educational planning includes aspects like curriculum, teacher training, financing, transmission and infrastructure, but not activities unrelated to education like commercial real estate. तापर 5 नंबर क्वेश्चन, एजुकेशनल प्लानिंग हेल्प्स इन ऑप्शन ए रिड्यूसिंग लिटरेसी रेट्स, widening the education gap, optimal use of available resources, increasing dropout rates. Our answer of option number C, optimal use of available resources. Educational planning aims for the efficient and optimal use of human, financial and material resources, ensuring the maximum educational output with available inputs. तापर 6 नंबर क्वेश्चन, द सोशल डिमांड अप्रोच टू एजुकेशनल प्लानिंग फोकसेस ऑन ऑप्शन ए द इकोनॉमिक रिटर्न फ्रॉम एजुकेशन, द नंबर ऑफ जॉब्स अवेलेबल इन द फ्यूचर, प्रोवाइडिंग एजुकेशन बेस्ड ऑन द एस्पिरेशन ऑफ द सोसाइटी, रिड्यूसिंग द कॉस्ट ऑफ एजुकेशन. आवर आंसर ऑफ ऑप्शन नंबर सी, प्रोवाइडिंग एजुकेशन बेस्ड ऑन एस्पिरेशंस ऑफ द सोसाइटी. The social demand approach aims to meet the educational needs and aspirations of people by planning for facilities such as schools, teachers and infrastructure based on anticipated enrollment. तापर 7 नंबर क्वेश्चन, which of the following is a limitation of the social demand approach? Option A, it ignores students' interest, it focuses only on technical education, it may lead to unemployment if job market needs are ignored, it discourages universal education. Our answer of option number C, it may lead to unemployment if job market needs are ignored. This approach does not consider the absorptive capacity of the labor market, which can result in producing more graduates than the job market can accommodate. तापर 8 नंबर क्वेश्चन, कॉस्ट बेनिफिट एनालिसिस इन एजुकेशनल प्लानिंग इज कंसर्न्ड विथ ऑप्शन ए estimating future population growth, matching student interest with subjects, comparing the cost of education to the economic returns, providing free education to all. Our answer of option number C, comparing the cost of education to the economic returns. Cost benefit analysis evaluates whether the financial and social investment in education is justified by the future returns such as increased productivity and income. तापर 9 नंबर क्वेश्चन, द मैनपावर रिक्वायरमेंट अप्रोच इज मेनली यूज्ड टू Option A is estimate teacher salaries, forecast the future demand for different types of skilled labor, calculate cost per student, design classroom architecture. Our answer of option number B, forecast the future demand for different types of skilled labor. This approach aims to match the output of the education system with the projected demand in the labor market, ensuring balanced manpower supply and demand. ତାପରେ 10 number question, which of the following is a drawback of the manpower requirement approach? Option A, it is based on subjective data. It underestimates economic returns. It may be inaccurate due to unpredictability of future labor markets. It ignores government policy. Our answer of option number C, it may be inaccurate due to unpredictability of future labor markets. The uncertainty of economic and technological changes can make it difficult to predict future manpower needs accurately, making this approach sometimes unreliable. तापर 11 number question, what is the first step in the process of educational planning? Option A, monitoring, evaluation, plan implementation, diagnosis of educational development. Our answer of option number D, diagnosis of educational development. Educational planning begins with a diagnosis to assess the current status of the education system, identifying strengths, weaknesses, gaps and needs. तापर 12 number question, diagnosis of educational development involves option A, allocating funds to schools, evaluating teacher performance only, assessing the current state of education and identifying gaps, conducting final exams. Our answer of option number C, assessing the current state of education and identifying gaps. These steps helps planner understand what is lacking or working well, which is crucial for forming realistic and relevant plans. तापर 13 number question, which of the following is an essential activity during the plan formulation stage? Option A is conducting classroom lectures, creating an academic calendar, setting goals, strategies and resource allocation, disciplining students. Our answer of option number C, setting goals, strategies and resource allocations. Plan formulation involves deciding what to achieve, how to achieve it and what resources are required. तापर 14 number question, plan formulation in educational planning must be option A, rigid and final, based on political views, flexible and based on real data, completely theoretical. Our answer of option number C, flexible and based on real data. A good plan should be data driven, practical and adaptable to unforeseen challenges. तापर 15 number question, what follows the formulation of an educational plan? Option A, evaluation, plan implementation, diagnosis, final exam. Our answer of option number B, plan implementation. Once a plan is formulated, the next step is to execute it, which involves translating plans into actions. तापर 16 number question, which of the following is a key challenge in plan implementation? Option A, lack of theories, political debates, resource constraints and administrative inefficiency, students' interest. Our answer of option number C, resource constraints and administrative inefficiency. Even well-designed plan can fail in implementation due to lack of funds, poor management or insufficient staff. तापर 17 number question, monitoring in educational planning refers to option A, setting academic goals, punishing students, regular checking of progress in plan implementation, publishing textbooks. Our answer of option number C, regular checking of progress in plan implementation. Monitoring ensures that activities are proceeding as per the plan, allowing for timely corrections. तापर 18 number question, monitoring is important because it option A, reduces the teacher's workload, eliminates the need for evaluation, helps in making mid-course corrections, increases school holidays. Our answer of option number C, helps in making mid-course corrections. By identifying deviations early, monitoring allows planners to adjust strategies for better outcomes. तापर 19 number question, evaluation in educational planning is conducted to option A, stop the plan permanently, approve teacher salaries, judge the success or failure of the plan, reduce students enrollment. Our answer of option number C, judge the success or failure of the plan. Evaluation helps assess whether the goals were achieved, what worked well, and what needs improvement. तापर 20 number question, which of the following is true about the evaluation stage? Option A, it is only about student test results. It happens before implementation. It involves analyzing outcomes against objectives. It eliminates the need for future planning. Our answer of option number C, it involves analyzing outcomes against objectives. Evaluation compares the actual results with planned objectives to guide future planning and decision making. तापर 21 नंबर क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज द प्राइमरी एम ऑफ ए स्कूल डेवलपमेंट प्लान बाय एसडीपी? ऑप्शन ए टू इंक्रीज टीचर सैलरीज, टू रेगुलेट स्टूडेंट्स एडमिशन, to improve the overall functioning and quality of the school, to create more school holidays. Our answer of option number C, to improve the overall functioning and quality of the school. A school development plan is strategic document created by a school to identify goals, allocate resources and monitor progress aimed at enhancing the teaching learning process and school infrastructure. तापर 22 नंबर क्वेश्चन, which of the following is the first step in the process of creating a school development plan? Option A, budget allocation, evaluation, needs assessment and situation analysis, teacher recruitment. Our answer of option number C, needs assessment and situation analysis. The first step in SDP is to analyze the current situation of the school, assess existing strengths and weaknesses, and identify areas needing improvement. तापर 23 number question, who should be involved in the preparation of a school development plan? Option A, only the headmaster, only government officials, all stakeholders including teachers, parents, students and community members, only students. Our answer of option number C, all stakeholders including teachers, parents, students and community members. SDP is a collaborative effort including various stakeholders, ensures the plan is comprehensive, practical and responsive to local needs. तापर 24 नंबर क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज एन इम्पोर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ एन इफेक्टिव स्कूल डेवलपमेंट प्लान? ऑप्शन ए, इट शुड बी लॉन्ग एंड थ्योरेटिकल, इट शुड इग्नोर द कम्युनिटी नीड्स, it should be time bound, specific and measurable, it should only focus on extracurricular activities. Our answer of option number C, it should be time bound, specific and measurable. An effective SDP should have clear objectives, defined timelines and measurable outcomes, making it easier to monitor and evaluate progress. तापर 25 नंबर क्वेश्चन, what role does monitoring play in the school development plan process? Our option is, it is not necessary, it delays implementation, it ensures that the plan is being implemented effectively, it replaces the need for evaluation. Our answer of option number C, it ensures that the plan is being implemented effectively. Monitoring helps track the implementation of activities, identify challenges and ensure that the school stays on track to achieve its goals. तापर 26 नंबर क्वेश्चन, व्हाट डज एजुकेशनल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन प्राइमरीली डील विथ? ऑप्शन ए, स्टूडेंट एनवायरनमेंट, फाइनेंशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट इन प्राइवेट स्कूल्स, implementation of educational policies and managing school resources, political decision making. Our answer of option number C, implementation of educational policies and managing school resources. Educational administration refers to the planning, organizing, directing and controlling of educational institutions and policies to ensure effective teaching and learning. तापर 27 नंबर क्वेश्चन, which of the following is not a key objective of educational administration? Option A, improving teaching learning processes, ensuring the holistic development of students, encouraging transparency and accountability, maximizing profit generation. Our answer of option number D, maximizing profit generation. The main objectives of educational administration are to enhance educational outcomes, support teachers and learners, and ensure efficient resource utilization, not profit making. तापर 28 नंबर क्वेश्चन, the scope of educational administration includes all of the following aspects. Option A curriculum implementation, maintenance of school infrastructure, hiring and supervision of teaching staff, controlling political campaigns. Our answer of option number D, controlling political campaigns. Educational administration focuses on academic, infrastructural, personal and financial management within education systems. Politics is outside its scope. ତାପରେ 29 number question, which function is considered central to educational administration? Organizing school trips, planning and decision making, fundraising through advertisements, preparing food for school canteens. Our answer of option number B, planning and decision making. Planning and decision making are central to educational administration as they help determine goals, strategies and methods to achieving educational excellence. ତାପରେ 30 number question, why is educational administration important in schools? Option A, it reduces the number of students, it creates more holidays, it ensures that the school operates efficiently and meets its educational goals, it focuses only on teacher promotion. Our answer of option number C, it ensures that the school operates efficiently and meets its educational goals. Educational administration ensures that all elements of the school from teaching to resource allocation work together to achieve educational objectives effectively. ତାପରେ 31 number question, which of the following best describes a totalitarian type of educational administration? Decision making is shared among all stakeholders. Teachers and students have freedom of expression. Authority is centralized and decisions are imposed from the top. Curriculum is designed collaboratively. Our answer of option number C, authority is centralized and decisions are imposed from the top. Totalitarian administration is characterized by centralized authority where decisions are made by a few at the top and imposed on the rest with limited freedom for teachers or students. ତାପରେ 32 number question, a key characteristic of democratic educational administration is option A, imposing strict rules without consultation, allowing student and teacher participation in decision making, promoting only government approved ideologies, limiting the curriculum to national interest. Our answer of option number B, allowing student and teacher participation in decision making. Democratic administration promotes participation, collaboration and shared responsibility among all stakeholders in the education system. ତାପରେ 33 number question, in which type of educational administration are teachers considered mere implementers rather than contributors? Our option is democratic, totalitarian, participative, autonomous. Our answer of option number B, totalitarian. In totalitarian systems, teachers are expected to follow orders and implement directives with little to no input in curriculum or policy matters. तापर 34 number question, which type of educational administration is more likely to foster creativity and critical thinking among students? Option A, bureaucratic, totalitarian, democratic, centralized. Our answer of option number C, democratic. Democratic educational administration encourages open dialogue, participation and flexibility which help in developing creativity and critical thinking. तापर 35 number question, one major drawback of totalitarian educational administration is option A, lack of rules, too much academic freedom, suppression of individual voices and lack of innovation, excessive reliance on student feedback. Our answer of option number C, suppression of individual voices and lack of innovation. In totalitarian systems, the lack of freedom for teachers and students can hinder innovation and discourage critical engagement and new ideas. तापर 36 number question, which of the following is the first and foremost function of educational administrations? Option A, organizing, planning, directing, controlling. Our answer of option number B, planning. Planning is the foundational function of administration. It involves setting objectives and deciding in advance the appropriate actions to achieve those objectives effectively and efficiently. तापर 37 number question, what is the main focus of the planning function in administration? Option A is monitoring outcomes, structuring teams, setting goals and deciding future actions, supervising daily activities. Our answer of option number C, setting goals and deciding future actions. Planning focuses on goal settings, formulating strategies and making decisions about future courses of action to achieve those goals. Therefore, 38 number question, in the organization function of administration, which of the following activities is most essential? Option A is predicting future trends, assigning tasks and responsibilities, evaluating student performance, creating school timetables. Our answer of option number B, assigning tasks and responsibilities. Organizing involves arranging resources and people in a structured way, which includes defining roles, responsibilities, and coordinating tasks. ତାପରେ 39 number question, planning as an administrative function helps in option A avoiding all possible risks, eliminating the need for control, providing a clear direction for all activities, removing the need for leadership. Our answer of option number C, providing a clear direction for all activities. Option A, through planning, administrations define the path forward, set priorities, and guide the allocation of resources, which ensures purposeful and goal-oriented actions. ତାପରେ 40 number question, which of the following best describes the relationship between planning and organization? Option A, they are unrelated functions. Planning is more important than organizing. Planning sets the direction and organization arranges resources to follow it. Option Organization comes before planning. Our answer of option number C, planning sets the direction and organization arranges resources to follow it. Planning determines what need to be done, while organization involves arranging people and resources to accomplish those plans. Two functions are interdependent and sequential. ତାପରେ 41 number question, which of the following best defines the function of directing in administration? Option A is setting goals and objectives, coordinating and guiding people to achieve organizational goals, assigning resources and materials, evaluating test scores. Our answer of option number B, coordinating and guiding people to achieve organizational goals. Directing involves motivating, guiding, supervising, and communicating with employees or team members to achieve and plan objectives effectively. ତାପରେ 42 number question, which element is not a part of the directing function? Option A is supervision, motivation, communication, budgeting. Our answer of option number D, budgeting. Budgeting falls under planning or organizing. Directing includes supervision, motivation, leadership, and communication to lead people toward goals. तापर 43 number question, the main aim of the controlling function in administration is to option A, assign roles and responsibilities, guide people with rewards, ensure actual performance matches planned performance, communicate organizational goals. Our answer of option number C, ensure actual performance matches planned performance. Controlling involves measuring actual performance, comparing it with the planned goals, and making corrections if there are deviations. तापर 44 number question, which of the following steps is included in the controlling function? Option A, forecasting future needs, organizing tasks, evaluating performance and taking corrective actions, motivating staff. Our answer of option number C, evaluating performance and taking corrective action. Controlling is about evaluation and correction. It ensures that activities stay on track and meet the organizational objectives. तापर 45 number question, the relationship between directing and controlling is best described as option A, independent functions. Planning comes after both. Directing guides actions while controlling checks results. Controlling must be done before directing. Our answer of option number C, directing guides actions while controlling checks results. Directing ensures people are working towards goal, while controlling ensures those efforts are producing the intended results. They complement each other. तापर 46 number question, which department is primarily responsible for the administration of school education in Odisha? Option A, Department of Higher Education, School and Mass Education Department, Department of Skill Development, Panchayati Raj Department. Our answer of option number B, School and Mass Education Department. The School and Mass Education Department is responsible for overseeing school education from primary and secondary level in Odisha. It handles policy planning and implementation. तापर 47 नंबर क्वेश्चन एट द डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल हु इज द की ऑफिशियल रिस्पांसिबल फॉर सुपरवाइजिंग स्कूल एजुकेशन इन ओडिशा. ऑप्शन है डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट, ब्लॉक एजुकेशन ऑफिसर, डिस्ट्रिक्ट एजुकेशन ऑफिसर, स्कूल हेडमास्टर. Our answer of option number C, district education officer by DEO. The district education officer is in charge of implementing education policies, supervising schools and coordinating educational activities at the district level. तापर 48 नंबर क्वेश्चन व्हाट इज द मेन फंक्शन ऑफ द ब्लॉक एजुकेशन ऑफिसर BEO इन द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ ओडिशा एजुकेशन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. ऑप्शन है करिकुलम डिजाइन, monitoring and inspection of schools at block level, teacher recruitment, university examination evaluation. Our answer of option number B, monitoring and inspection of schools at block level. The BEO plays a key role in supervising schools within the block, monitoring teaching learning processes and ensuring proper implementation of schemes. तापर 49 नंबर क्वेश्चन व्हिच बॉडी इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर कंडक्टिंग हाई स्कूल सर्टिफिकेट एग्जामिनेशंस इन ओडिशा. ऑप्शन है ओडिशा स्टेट बोर्ड ऑफ एजुकेशन, काउंसिल ऑफ हायर सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन, बोर्ड ऑफ सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन ओडिशा, नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ ओपन स्कूलिंग. आर आंसर ऑफ ऑप्शन नंबर सी, बोर्ड ऑफ सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन बाय BSc ओडिशा. The BSc Odisha is an autonomous body responsible for conducting HSC and other secondary level examinations, prescribing syllabus and affiliating schools. तापर 50 नंबर क्वेश्चन व्हाट इज वन मेजर फंक्शन ऑफ द डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन इन ओडिशा. ऑप्शन है कंडक्टिंग यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल एग्जाम्स, मैनेजिंग रिक्रूटमेंट एंड ट्रेनिंग ऑफ सेकेंडरी स्कूल टीचर्स, प्रोवाइडिंग मिड डे मील्स, maintaining school libraries. Our answer of option number B, managing requirement and training of secondary school teachers. The Directorate of Secondary Education is responsible for teacher appointments, transfers, training and managing secondary school functioning in the state. तापर 51 नंबर क्वेश्चन व्हाट इज द प्राइमरी फंक्शन ऑफ SCRT इन ओडिशा. ऑप्शन है कंडक्टिंग बोर्ड एग्जामिनेशंस, टीचर ट्रेनिंग एंड करिकुलम डेवलपमेंट, managing midday meal programs, school construction. Our answer of option number B, teacher training and curriculum development. SCRT by State Council of Educational Research and Training is responsible for teacher education, curriculum planning, textbook development and research in education at the state level. तापर 52 नंबर क्वेश्चन द बोर्ड ऑफ सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन by BSc ओडिशा is primarily responsible for. ऑप्शन है हायरिंग टीचर्स फॉर सेकेंडरी स्कूल्स, conducting higher secondary examinations, conducting high school certificate examinations, formulating educational policies. Our answer of option number C, conducting high school certificate examination. The BSc Odisha conducts HSC exams along with other secondary level exams like Madhyama and CT. तापर 53 नंबर क्वेश्चन व्हिच बॉडी इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर इम्प्लीमेंटिंग द सर्वशिक्षा अभियान SSA इन ओडिशा. ऑप्शन है SCRT, OPEPA, BSc, NCERT. आर आंसर ऑफ ऑप्शन नंबर बी OPEPA. OPEPA बा ओडिशा प्राइमरी एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम अथॉरिटी इज द नोडल एजेंसी फॉर इम्प्लीमेंटिंग SSA, फोकसिंग ऑन यूनिवर्सलाइजेशन ऑफ एलिमेंटरी एजुकेशन इन ओडिशा. तापर 54 नंबर क्वेश्चन व्हिच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर डेवलपिंग टेक्स्ट बुक्स फॉर प्राइमरी एंड अपर प्राइमरी स्कूल्स इन ओडिशा. ऑप्शन है BSc, SCRT, OPEPA, CHSE. Our answer of option number B, SCRT. SCRT prepares textbooks and learning materials for primary and upper primary levels and aligns them with state curriculum standards. तापर 55 नंबर क्वेश्चन OPEPA वर्क्स अंडर व्हिच डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ ओडिशा गवर्नमेंट. ऑप्शन है डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ हायर एजुकेशन, पंचायती राज डिपार्टमेंट, स्कूल एंड मास एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट, प्लानिंग एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन डिपार्टमेंट. आर आंसर ऑफ ऑप्शन नंबर सी, स्कूल एंड मास एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट. OPEPA functions under the school and mass education department, focusing on strengthening primary education infrastructure and access. तापर 56 नंबर क्वेश्चन व्हिच स्टेट बॉडी कंडक्ट्स द नेशनल मीन्स कम मेरिट स्कॉलरशिप बाय एनएमएमएस एग्जाम इन ओडिशा ऑप्शन अछि ओपेपा एससीईआरटी बीएससी सीएचएससी आर आंसर अब ऑप्शन नंबर सी BSc. The Board of Secondary Education by BSc is authorized to conduct the NMMS and other scholarship exams in Odisha. तापर 57 नंबर क्वेश्चन वन ऑफ द मेजर रोल्स ऑफ एससीईआरटी इज टू ऑप्शन अच्छे अप्रूव स्कूल बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन एडमिनिस्टर एजुकेशन लोन्स प्रमोट रिसर्च इन टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेसेस conduct college entrance exams. Our answer of option number C promote research in teaching learning processes. SCRT also undertakes action research, educational surveys and studies to improve teaching learning methodologies. तापर 58 नंबर क्वेश्चन द ट्रेनिंग ऑफ न्यूली required elementary school teachers is coordinated by option is BSc, OPEPA, diets under SCERT, CHSC. Our answer of option number C diets under SCERT. SCERT supervises diets by district institutes of education and training which are responsible for pre-service and in-service training of elementary teachers. तापर 59 नंबर क्वेश्चन व्हाट इज ए की फंक्शन ऑफ ओपेपा इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्कूल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑप्शन अच्छे कंडक्टिंग इंस्पेक्शन ऑफ सेकेंडरी स्कूल्स प्रोवाइडिंग स्कॉलरशिप्स टू कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स सपोर्टिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड रिपेयर ऑफ प्राइमरी स्कूल बिल्डिंग्स प्रिपेयरिंग सेकेंडरी स्कूल सिलेबस आर आंसर ऑफ ऑप्शन नंबर सी सपोर्टिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड रिपेयर ऑफ प्राइमरी स्कूल बिल्डिंग्स OPEPA provides infrastructure support to elementary schools, ensuring better access and learning environments. तापर 60 नंबर क्वेश्चन which body maintains the register of affiliated secondary schools in Odisha? ऑप्शन है SCERT, OPEPA, BSc, SSA. Our answer of option number C BSc. The Board of Secondary Education by BSc is responsible for affiliating secondary schools and maintaining school records. तापर 61 नंबर क्वेश्चन व्हाट डज एजुकेशनल मैनेजमेंट प्राइमरीली फोकस ऑन ऑप्शन है टीचिंग स्टूडेंट्स इन क्लासरूम सुपरवाइजिंग एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज ओनली प्लानिंग ऑर्गेनाइजिंग डायरेक्टिंग एंड कंट्रोलिंग एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ स्कूल बिल्डिंग्स Our answer of option number C planning, organizing, directing and controlling educational institutions. Educational management refers to the process of planning, organizing, directing and controlling human and material resources in educational institutions to achieve set educational goals effectively. तापर 62 नंबर क्वेश्चन which of the following best describes the nature of educational management? ऑप्शन है static and theoretical, rigid and discipline based, dynamic and goal oriented, traditional and teacher centered. Our answer of option number C dynamic and goal oriented. The nature of educational management is dynamic, meaning it adapts to changes, and it is goal oriented as it aims to achieve specific educational objectives efficiently. तापर 63 नंबर क्वेश्चन द स्कोप ऑफ एजुकेशनल मैनेजमेंट इंक्लूड्स ऑप्शन है ओनली फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग only classroom discipline, all aspects of managing the educational process, only the recruitment of teachers. Our answer of option number C, all aspects of managing the educational process. The scope of educational management is broad and includes human resource management, curriculum planning, infrastructure development, financial management, policy implementation, and quality assurance. तापर 64 नंबर क्वेश्चन एजुकेशनल मैनेजमेंट इज एसेंशियल बिकॉज इट ऑप्शन है limits students creativity, creates a competitive environment, ensures optimal use of resources and improves quality of education, focuses only on examination. Our answer of option number C ensures optimal use of resources and improves quality of education. Effective educational management helps in utilizing resources efficiently, enhances teaching learning outcomes and supports institutional development. तापर 65 नंबर क्वेश्चन which of the following is not a key function of educational management? ऑप्शन है प्लानिंग, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, डिक्टेटिंग, कंट्रोलिंग. Our answer of option number C dictating. Educational management involves planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling, all aimed at participative leadership and effective functioning. Dictating is not a recognized function in this context. तापर 66 नंबर क्वेश्चन इन ए सेंट्रलाइज्ड एजुकेशनल मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम डिसीजन मेकिंग इज प्राइमरीली डन बाय Option A individual schools, teachers and students, local community groups, a central authority or government body. Our answer of option number D, a central authority or government body. A centralized management refers to a system where decisions are made at the top level, usually by the government or central education board, with limited autonomy at the local or school level. ତାପରେ 67 number question, which of the following is a key characteristic of decentralized educational management? Option A, uniform curriculum across all religions, greater autonomy to local institutions, all policies decided by the Ministry of Education, rigid implementation of central policies. Our answer of option number B, greater autonomy to local institutions. In decentralized management, authority and responsibility are distributed to lower levels, such as schools of district, allowing for more flexibility and context specific decisions. ତାପରେ 68 number question, authoritarian educational management can be best described as option A, participative and collaborative, emphasizing shared decision making, strict top down control with limited input from others, based on consensus and discussion. Our answer of option number C, strict top-down control with limited input from others. An authoritarian approach to management involves strict control where decisions are made by leaders or administrators without involving others, often leading to a lack of creativity or input from teachers and students. ତାପରେ 69 number question, which of the following is a major benefit of democratic educational management? Option A, faster decision making with no opposition, suppression of teacher opinions, promotion of inclusive and participatory practices, centralized control over education schools. Our answer of option number C, promotion of inclusive and participatory practices. A democratic management style emphasizes collaboration, dialogue and participation, which encourages teachers, students and parents to be actively involved in school decision making. ତାପରେ 70 number question, which pair correctly represents contrasting types of educational management? Option A, flexible versus cooperative, collaborative versus participative, centralized versus decentralized, dynamic versus structured. Our answer of option number C, centralized versus decentralized. Centralized and decentralized are opposite forms of educational management in terms of decision making structure, one being top down and other more locally controlled. ତାପରେ 71 number question, which of the following is considered a primary function of educational management? Option A, conducting classroom lectures, organizing co-curricular activities, planning educational goals and strategies, supervising student homework. Our answer of option number C, planning educational goals and strategies. Planning is a fundamental function of educational management. It involves setting objectives, determining actions to achieve those objectives, and allocating resources efficiently. ତାପରେ 72 number question, the function of organizing in educational management primarily involves option A, monitoring student discipline, arranging resources and defining roles, taking attendance, designing lesson plans. Our answer of option number B, arranging resources and defining roles. Organizing refers to structuring resources, assigning tasks and establishing roles and responsibilities to ensure smooth operation within the educational institution. ତାପରେ 73 number question, leading or directing as a function of educational management involves option A, creating exam schedules, providing vision and motivating staff, recording grades, approving textbooks. Our answer of option number B, providing vision and motivating staff. Directing includes guiding, motivating and supervising staff and students towards the achievement of institutional goals through leadership and communication. ତାପରେ 74 number question, which function of educational management ensures that the institution's activities are on track and aligned with its goals? Option A, planning, controlling, organizing, staffing. Our answer of option number B, controlling. Controlling involves monitoring and evaluating performance, identifying deviations from goals and taking corrective actions to maintain standards and quality in education. ତାପରେ 75 number question, the staffing function in educational management focuses on Option A is constructing school buildings, recruiting and training personnel, managing the student council, organizing extracurricular programs. Our answer of option number B, recruiting and training personnel. Staffing refers to the process of recruiting, selecting, training and retaining competent staff which is crucial for achieving educational objectives. तापर 76 number question, which of the following is considered a current cost in education? Option A, construction of a new school building, purchase of land for school, salaries of teachers, repayment of education loan. Our answer of option number C, salaries of teachers. Current costs are recurring expenses necessary for the day-to-day functioning of educational institutions such as teacher salaries, utility bills and classroom materials. तापर 77 number question, capital cost in education refers to option A, teachers salary, maintenance expenses, construction of school buildings, electricity bill. Our answer of option number C, construction of school buildings. Capital cost involves long-term investments in physical infrastructure like buildings and equipment. तापर 78 number question, which of the following is an example of direct cost in education? Option A, time spent by parents helping with homework, tuition fee paid by students, loss of earnings while attending school, stress of examinations. Our answer of option number B, tuition fee paid by students. Direct costs include out-of-pocket expenses such as tuition fees, books and uniforms. तापर 79 number question, indirect cost in education includes option A, cost of textbooks, cost of school uniform, opportunity cost of time spent in education, laboratory fees. Our answer of option number C, opportunity cost of time spent in education. Indirect costs are non-monetary or hidden costs such as income foregone while attending school. तापर 80 number question, social cost in education is best described as option A, cost incurred by an individual for education, total cost to the government, total cost to society including both private and public cost incurred by private institutions. Our answer of option number C, total cost to society including both private and public cost. Social cost refers to the sum of private and public cost involved in education reflecting the total resource uses by society. तापर 81 number question, which cost is borne solely by the learner or their family? Option A, private cost, social cost, capital cost, external cost. Our answer of option number A, private cost. Private cost includes all education related expenses paid by the individuals like tuition, transport and materials. तापर 82 number question, what does unit cost in education refer to? Option A, cost of one classroom, cost of building a school, cost for student annual maintenance cost. Our answer of option number C, cost per student. Unit cost is calculated by dividing total educational expenditure by the number of students served. तापर 83 number question, which is not a component of capital cost? Option A, furniture, buildings, playground development, examination fees. Our answer of option number D, examination fees. Examination fees are recurring and fall under current cost, not capital cost. तापर 84 number question, opportunity cost in education can be defined as option A, the time spent studying, the benefit foregone from the next best alternative, money spent on school trips, time saved by attending school. Our answer of option number B, the benefit foregone from the next best alternative. Opportunity cost is the income or benefits one gives up to engage in education. तापर 85 number question, which of the following is an example of societal investment in education? Option A, a parent buying a computer for a student, government building a university, student taking a loan, purchase of notebooks. Our answer of option number B, government building a university. Social investments like expenditures by the state or public institutions for societal benefits. तापर 86 number question, unit cost helps in option A, assessing profit of an institution, evaluating per student expenditure, improving infrastructure only, determining syllabus. Our answer of option number B, evaluating per student expenditure. Unit cost is a measure of cost efficiency per student and is crucial for budgeting and planning. तापर 87 नंबर क्वेश्चन, which is a component of private cost in education? ऑप्शन है गवर्नमेंट ग्रांट, इनकम टैक्स डिबेट, ट्यूशन फी, एजुकेशनल सब्सिडी. आर आंसर ऑफ ऑप्शन नंबर सी, ट्यूशन फी. ट्यूशन फी इज ए डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंस borne by the student or family. तापर 88 नंबर क्वेश्चन, ए कैपिटल इंटेंसिव इन्वेस्टमेंट इन एजुकेशन वुड बी. ऑप्शन है हायरिंग मोर टीचर्स, लॉन्चिंग ऑन ऑनलाइन कोर्स, कंस्ट्रक्टिंग ए कैंपस, कंडक्टिंग सेमिनार्स. Our answer of option number C, constructing a campus. Capital intensive investments involve heavy one-time expenditures on infrastructure. तापर 89 नंबर क्वेश्चन, which cost type includes examination expenses? ऑप्शन है डायरेक्ट कॉस्ट, कैपिटल कॉस्ट, इनडायरेक्ट कॉस्ट, सोशल कॉस्ट. Our answer of option number A, direct cost. Examination fees are out of pocket expenses and are classified as direct cost. तापर 90 नंबर क्वेश्चन, द डिफरेंस बिटवीन सोशल एंड प्राइवेट कॉस्ट इज मेनली. ऑप्शन है टाइम, एफर्ट, रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, स्कोप ऑफ कवरेज. आर आंसर ऑफ ऑप्शन नंबर डी, स्कोप ऑफ कवरेज. सोशल कॉस्ट इंक्लूड्स बोथ प्राइवेट एंड पब्लिक एक्सपेंडिचर्स व्हाइल प्राइवेट कॉस्ट इज लिमिटेड टू इंडिविजुअल स्पेंडिंग. तापर 91 नंबर क्वेश्चन, व्हिच ऑफ दीज इज नॉट कंसीडर्ड अंडर इनडायरेक्ट कॉस्ट? ऑप्शन है इनकम लॉस्ट व्हाइल स्टडीइंग, cost of books, time away from work, parental guidance hours. Our answer of option number B, cost of books. Books are a direct cost while the rest are examples of indirect cost. तापर 92 नंबर क्वेश्चन, a good educational plan should focuses on. ऑप्शन है increasing indirect cost, reducing unit cost, maximizing social cost, ignoring capital cost. Our answer of option number B, reducing unit cost. Reducing unit cost ensures better efficiency and more access to education with available resources. तापर 93 नंबर क्वेश्चन, इन एजुकेशन रिकरेंट एक्सपेंडिचर रेफर्स टू. ऑप्शन है वन टाइम एक्सपेंसेस, अनएक्सपेक्टेड कॉस्ट, एनुअल और रेगुलर एक्सपेंसेस, कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्सपेंसेस. आर आंसर ऑफ ऑप्शन नंबर सी, एनुअल और रेगुलर एक्सपेंसेस. Recurrent expenditure is synonymous with current cost used for operational needs. तापर 94 नंबर क्वेश्चन, an increase in unit cost may indicate. ऑप्शन है improved quality automatically, inefficiency in spending, larger number of students, better salaries for teachers only. Our answer of option number B, inefficiency in spending. Higher unit cost without better outcomes suggest lower cost efficiency. तापर 95 नंबर क्वेश्चन, एजुकेशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट दैट बेनिफिट्स द एंटायर सोसाइटी इज नोन एज. ऑप्शन है प्राइवेट कॉस्ट, इंडिविजुअल गेन, social cost, public good. Our answer of option number D, public good. Education has spillover effects and benefits society, making it a public good. तापर 96 नंबर क्वेश्चन, why is educational expenditure considered an investment rather than mere consumption? Our option is it increases immediate income, it has long-term benefits for both individuals and society, it only benefits the institution, it reduces government spendings. Our answer of option number B, it has long-term benefits for both individuals and society. Educational expenditure is considered an investment because it enhances human capital, leading to higher productivity, better income and socio-economic development over time. तापर 97 नंबर क्वेश्चन, which of the following best reflects the economic return on educational investment? ऑप्शन है स्टूडेंट सेटिस्फेक्शन, टीचर ट्रेनिंग, इंक्रीज इन ग्रेजुएट्स लाइफटाइम अर्निंग्स, expansion of school infrastructure. Our answer of option number C, increase in graduates lifetime earnings. A key measure of return on educational investments is the rise in individuals income due to improved knowledge and skills gained through education. तापर 98 नंबर क्वेश्चन, according to human capital theory, education contributes to economic growth by. ऑप्शन है encouraging social media use, enhancing artistic skills, improving skills and productivity of the workforce, reducing need for infrastructure. Our answer of option number C, improving skills and productivity of the workforce. Human capital theory sees education as a means to develop a skilled workforce which directly contributes to national economic growth. तापर 99 number question, investment in primary education is often seen as option H, less beneficial than higher education, the least effective, having high social returns, a waste of resources. Our answer of option number C, having high social returns. Primary education has high social returns because it improves literacy, health and civic participation, especially in developing countries. तापर 100 number question, which of the following is a social benefit of investing in education? Option A, better individual salaries, increased consumerism, reduced crime rates, higher tuition fees. Our answer of option number C, reduced crime rates. Education leads to better social outcomes such as lower crime, improved public health and greater civic involvement, making it a strong social investment. तापर 101 number question, which of the following is a primary public agency responsible for financing education in most countries? Option H, NGOs, private tutors, government, trade unions. Our answer of option number C, government. The government is a major agency responsible for financing education through public funds collected via taxes. It ensures equal access and supports infrastructure, teacher salaries and curriculum development. तापर 102 number question, how do parents contribute to the financing of education? Option H, by drafting school policies, by paying tuition and related educational expenses, by evaluating teachers, by selecting curriculum. Our answer of option number B, by paying tuition and related educational expenses. Parents finance education directly by paying for school fees, uniforms, books, private tuition and other costs, especially in private and higher education sectors. तापर 103 number question, what is a common form of employer financing in education? Option H, imposing penalties on employees, sponsoring employee education or training programs, reducing employees' work hour, monitoring school inspections. Our answer of option number B, sponsoring employee education or training programs. Employers finance education by investing in training, workshops and higher education for employees to improve productivity and skill development. तापर 104 number question, which of the following is a non-governmental agency that contributes to education financing? Option H, school inspectors, educational NGOs, textbook publishers, students unions. Our answer of option number B, educational NGOs. NGOs support education by funding schools, scholarships, infrastructure and programs, especially in underserved areas, acting as supplemental sources alongside public and private financing. तापर 105 number question, financing of education by employer is most commonly seen in which sector? Option H, elementary education, non-formal education, vocational and technical education, kindergarten. Our answer of option number C, vocational and technical education. Employers often invest in vocational and technical training to ensure that employees have the necessary job specific skills, thus aligning education with labor market needs. कोर 13 रो सब क्वेश्चन आंसर सरीगला। आम नेक्स्ट वीडियो देखा कोर 14 रो क्वेश्चन आंसर। जदि वीडियो भल लगे लाइक करंतु और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करंतु। थैंक्स फॉर वाचिंग।